Hi, this is Brett Douglas with a post-midterm update. I made a video before the midterms going over what I expect to happen and how I expect people to vote if they're conservative. Okay. Well, it was as expected. We lost the House Representatives and we gained a few in the Senate. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. First of all, if somebody rated success, I would say that Democrats actually had a better night because they gained a House. The way I look at it is I divide it into three different groups. The non-establishment, which is the hardcore, that 33% that people are talking about that support Trump, and the Democrat establishment and the Republican establishment. Now, if you look at it before the midterms, the Democrat establishment did not have any power. First of all, they don't have any power really whatsoever in the Supreme Court anymore. They don't have the Senate, and they didn't have Congress, the House of Representatives. They gained that. So they made a gain. The Republican establishment lost. They had both houses before the midterms, and now they only have one. So Republican establishment lost. Democrat establishment had a gain. Now, for Trump, this wasn't as important as you may think it is, because he mainly goes for his base. And if you notice, when he was campaigning during the midterms, he stressed immigration, and that's his base. So he kind of broke out even, really, if you think about it, because he looks like he got the Senate more powerful, which is going to put in a Supreme Court nominee after Ginsburg retires. She won't go to 5 years, and there's a lot of old people in the Supreme Court, so that he was looking out there. But I'm sure he would have still rather, kept it for Republicans, but that's that there anyways. Now, there's some disturbing wins too. For example, Colorado, Jared, what's his name? Polis, or he's worth about $400 million, one of the wealthiest people that was in Congress. He's the new first openly gay elected governor in Colorado. So if that's in Colorado, congratulations if that's what you're looking for. If you're upset about who won, look what's going on in Connecticut, which I'll go over in a little while. But openly gay, first openly gay governor. Now, that's to one's own opinion. Okay, now we'll go on to New York. Alexandria Cortez, the young lady that was originally considered a joke that won. Well, she won the whole election. She's calls herself a Democratic Socialist. So now we have a Democratic Socialist member of Congress in New York, the great state of New York. Now in Minnesota, they always have some beauties. They have a Somalian young lady, 37 years old, born October 4th of 1981, named Ayan Omar. Now, Somalian, that's, in my opinion, not very great news right there, considering Somalia has she came over about 23 years ago, I guess, when she was like 14. But to this day, Somalia has an average IQ of about 70%. And this woman, her scandal that's pending is whether or not she has 2 husbands. People can do their research on this. I don't really know. So that's, some highlights right there. And of course, Charlie Baker in Massachusetts, right up above Connecticut, won easily. Very liberal state with a Republican governor. Okay. So anyway, just for interest, for ha-has, I'm gonna give out a quick fact here. As for religion in Congress, the 115th Congress, that's what this last election was, 54% of the Congress members are Protestant, 30% Catholic, and 8.4% Jewish, and 19.4% women. So 54% Protestant, 30% Catholic, 8.4% Jewish, and 19.4% women. And I guess there's 2 pending elections still going on. It could bring it up to about 20% for women. Now, what brings to my attention, some people say only 8.4% Jewish. But considering it's only 2% Jewish people that are believed to be part of America, they have about 4%, 4 times what some people might say they should have. Considering Protestant, is probably about right. But it's probably about 50% Protestant in America, maybe a little less. Actually, I think it might be quite a bit less. I think it's like 35%. And the Catholic, I believe it's about 25% or something. People in America that are Catholic, and they have about 30% representation. So it's not even, just a little bit, above the average for Protestant and Catholic, but not nowhere near 4 times the amount of representation that the Jewish community has. That's just to be brought to your attention. As far as women go, that's to one's own opinion also. They're about 50% of the population and about 20% represented in Congress. Okay, now I live in Connecticut, and this Connecticut alt-right, this station. What disturbs me is, of course, I voted for Stefanowski. He was the Republican candidate. The media, mainstream media, says he conceded and it's over. But if you Google the live election, you just, type in Connecticut governor race, they have the live results. And it stopped early this afternoon. Right about the time the mainstream media says that Stefanowski conceded. It stopped it's still stopped right now. And it stopped when there was only a 1.7% difference in their votes at 95% complete. So there's 5% of the votes left out, with only 1.7% separating them. And then they're not showing this anymore. Could it be that it got in that fine line about 1.5% where people have a recount, and they already got him conceding, so they don't want to show it to the public anymore because they may be embarrassed, or there may be some fraud. There's some suspicion there. And I'm going to keep following this. I kind of think that's interesting. Connecticut. When there's still 5%, that's a pretty large amount of people that haven't been counted yet. They're already conceding when there's a chance that the other person could still win. So this suspicion right there. But I just wanted to go over and have the update on the midterms. I wish Republicans could have kept both houses, but they didn't. There'll be more elections. Until next time, this is Brett Douglas. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.